Welcome, everyone. I'm Chad Grills, CEO of Mission.org, and this is the trailer for Season 8 of The Story. You're about to hear the heart-racing, yet little-known backstories of business titans, groundbreaking explorers, famous actors, government spies, and inventors that changed the world. And all these characters have one thing in common. They're all veterans. I could go on and on about Season 8, but I think I'll let our host tell you more about it.
I'm Alec Baldwin, and you're listening to The Story. The Story was recently selected as Best of 2018 by Apple for a reason. In every episode, you'll hear the unknown stories of trailblazers who changed the world. You'll get to walk a mile in their shoes, and their identity is a secret until the climax.
As you can imagine, doing a trailer about unknown backstories is a little tricky. They wouldn't stay unknown if we gave it all away in the beginning. But what I can tell you is mistakes will be made.
Stewart, Reichert, you are 3 minutes late. The two late airmen could see the veins pulsing on his temples. The master sergeant pointed a gnarled index finger directly at the terrified 18-year-old airman. Latrine duty, 1 week. Yes, Master Sergeant, it was a mistake. It won't happen again. He snarled back, there are no mistakes.
The journey will be perilous.
Turbulence rocked the plane as he stumbled through the cabin and grabbed onto a life raft. Minutes later, his stomach lurched. The old bomber was falling through the sky at an alarming rate. Without warning, the bomber's underbelly smacked into the first waves from the ocean and then bounced back up into the air. Glass shattered, and the next bounce on the stormy sea was the plane's last.
Spies will be captured.
Her heart sank. He had seen her. She giggled and said, sounds like your private wants a peek up my skirt, Major. The other officers laughed nervously, but the Major never broke his gaze. Please show me your feet, ma'am. Then the private blurted, she stuck the papers in her boot, papers from the general's desk. It was all over. The officers found the damning evidence and took her into custody.
There will be laughter.
Over the years, people would often say to us that when they were going through some horrible thing in their life, maybe the worst thing that had ever happened, somehow we made them laugh.
And even some tears.
While on a hunting trip, the gun accidentally discharged and shredded her foot. Dindy would live with a prosthetic for the rest of her life. If the Foreign Service was hard to get into before, now it was impossible.
What ties all these stories together is the unrelenting will and perseverance that each of these veterans embodies. These are their stories. What will yours be? Season 8 of The Story is brought to you by Mission.org and Salesforce. You can subscribe on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts.